I said, come here, sit down. What's wrong with you? I'm thinking something wrong, something. First of all, my thought, who's shooting? Somebody shooting? My first thought, hey, look, which way they shoot, man? Is it in my car? Because I'm leaving. You ride with me? Because I know one thing. Getting off this campus today, somebody shooting. Where they at? Where they shooting at? Are they in this building? Don't come to my office, all that heavy breathing. You don't tell me what's wrong.
Yo, welcome to the E7 Media Podcast. Here is your host Isaiah Robson. On my right side is Jennifer Robson, also aka Jenny. And today we have a very, very special guest with us today, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the little introduction that I have for you, man. Yes, sir. So this individual, man, he's an amazing, intelligent, smart individual. This man has a doctoral in business administration from what college?
California Intercontinental, Cal U in Irvine, California.
Gotcha. This man is an investor. He's a finance professor, entrepreneur, he's a trading idea enthusiast. He's
Go ahead, excited, huh?
I'm very excited. A financial practitioner, a published author, also a professor at Voorhees College and also Denmark College here in Orangeburg. This man is an amazing person. I'm so happy that he's here to talk finance, talk trading with us, and really get deep down into the financial world and also the business world. Give it up. It's your man, James A. Ross. Dr. James A. Ross.
What's good?
Sound like James Bond.
James Bond.
James Bond.
Thanks for having me.
James Ross. Okay.
Thank you for having me. It's very dope to be here.
Gotcha.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. So our little birdie told me that in your games community that y'all have produced profits of millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But before we get into that, let's go back in time, like back into the future. Let's go back all the way back to when you first wanted to really start jumping into the finance world. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that.
Just like, everybody else, trying to find a way to produce some income. We all go to college to get the degree, to learn how to get the job. Mm-hmm. So I was just like everybody else, just wanting to get out here and find my way, just trying to figure out what job can I do, how can I pay, my bills,
right.
You know what I mean? Because in college, we're only taught to go get employed.
That's a fact.
That's all we're taught to do.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was one way, one stream of income. To me, that's all I was taught in college to go get. Graduated from school with my degree in accounting first, and then went and got my first job. And paycheck to paycheck, I got a little knucklehead like my oldest son, who's huge now, but he was a baby at the time. Just trying to take care of him and trying to raise a family and not knowing what was out there. Had no clue. And I just had a moment where I said, yo, there's got to be something different. This can't be this can't be it. This can't be it. So then I started doing all kind of research, right? Just ways to generate income or extra income on the side, which would lead me to the term multiple streams of income.
Right.
And then I would learn about trading. And I would learn about investing. And what's funny is I went through all of that school and not one person. And shout out to every place I've been, every school, I've been to, no one taught me about investing or trading, how you can take money that you already have and grow it.
Right.
I had one story while in college. I won't say his name, but he was teaching finance. And I used to go in his office, and I would beg to retake a test because I was failing. What's funny? I was failing finance.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
I was failing finance. I sucked at it at first. And I had to go into his office, and I was like, yo, Doc, and he was a tall Korean guy. And James Ross, get out, James Ross, get out. I was like, you fell? You take the test? You fell. I was like, no. Well, and then I looked to my left. This was like 2004. And at the time, dual screens, it really wasn't a thing yet, right? Like people didn't have dual like side-by-side screens. This dude had, or just period, like even like in like the workforce, today you have dual, you go to a job, your desk has dual monitors. So in 03, 04, that wasn't a thing yet. So, folk had a computer screen. They had one screen, one keyboard, and it probably wasn't even that big. But yeah,
they were small.
It was small, right? It was like small.
Yeah, they were small.
This dude had like 4 of them.
Jesus.
Oops, sorry, I hit the table. Okay. See, you said that. You gave me the warning. He had like 4 of them stacked, right? And I'm looking at the screen, and I see what I wouldn't know at the time what it meant. It was it said P&L. And one thing with me, I knew my gift was with numbers. I can tell you a number from 2005.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's a gift.
1998.
Yeah, that's a gift.
I don't know. They just stick in my head. This man made $4,367.68 green P&L. And I was looking at it and I was like, hey, he was like, you can't take the test. You can't retest. I'm like, no, I don't
worry about that.
I don't care about that. I said, what? He was like, get out. I said, no, Doc, what is that? You don't worry about that. I said, don't worry about that. What? And I was like 19 on Voorhees campus. I was like, what is that? And he wouldn't tell me. From that day,
see, he was hiding. He was
hiding it from me. That day, something in me just skyrocketed. Just boy, I said, what is that? I got to know what that is. How did you make $4,000 in a day?
Your curiosity hit. You was looking at it, and you was like, yo, what is this
right
over here? And then you saw something that normally you wouldn't see. You saw like multiple different monitors. You saw this P&L graph, what is a P&L graph?
Well, it's not a graph. P&L stands for profit and loss.
Okay.
Right.
So at the bottom of any brokerage screen, if you're trading or if you're investing, you'll see a bottom total. It'll say P&L. It'll say profit and loss. And sometimes that's a green number. Sometimes that's a red number.
Yeah. So when it's green,
that means you're in profit.
You're in profit.
If it's red, it's probably a loss. His was green. And at the time in 19, $4,000 was a big deal to me. $400 was a big deal when I was 19. $400, I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Dodgers in Orangeburg. I'm going to get some wings. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go crazy. It was like $400. I'm like $4,000. Like yo, that's my tuition this semester that is being paid for. So he wouldn't tell me.
Wouldn't share the
Hiding
the sauce.
See?
I would pin that right there. I left and went overseas to Brazil. Then I came back to walk, and that guy left, and then another guy came, and I passed his class with a C. Then another guy came. They replaced him. The time I was gone and came back, they had got like a brand new person.
Okay.
So now I'm with him, and I'm trying to walk, and this man tells me, you know what, man? You got a great smile. You're a handsome dude. You probably should go into marketing. I don't think,
wow,
accounting and, finance is really like for you. And I'm 21 at this point. I'm like, huh?
Exactly. How you go?
This is my major. What do you mean this isn't for me? This is 4 years. I've left and traveled, came back. What do you mean it's not for me? This is what I'm about to graduate in. I thank those two guys, man.
That's right.
They lit a
That's
fire
right.
in me at 19 and 21. And right now I'm 38 and almost done, retired.
Wow.
I
That's
teach. I
awesome.
teach.
That's
You know what I mean? Because I
awesome.
love to teach. Like I absolutely love teaching. So, because if you go to work every day for something you love, that's not work.
Yes.
Right.
That's not work. So to be able to do that each and every day, I just love it.
Let me ask you a question. What was your, after you started, that piqued your interest, right? But what was the first?
Yeah, the big check.
Yeah.
Like the big investment that made you like, man, this is
which
serious.
investment did you
It
go
was a
into
penny
stock?
stock.
Penny stock.
It was a penny stock.
Explain penny stock.
I was in graduate school, and you know how grad school, you get those refund checks. And I took a refund check, and I went and bought like a penny stock. It was like $1 something per share. I bought like 1,000 shares. I spent like $1,000. Idiot. I don't know nothing.
Didn't know nothing.
Ain't know
about it,
nothing. Just out here trying. That thing shot to. Hi. You scared me. You snuck out there real smooth too. I gotta keep my eye on y'all in here. Y'all got people coming out. Let me get right. Let me tighten up. The thing ran like $8 per share.
Wow.
And I didn't even know it. I woke up.
Easy $7,000.
And you know how you like see something and you go, whatever, and not knowing what it was, but it was a volatile. Whatever happened, I saw it on like a website, and it had got some news, and it just skyrocketed, and I didn't know what I was doing, and then it came back down to like $3 per share, and I sold it. I said, man, just bumping them. I said, but think about it. If you spend $1,000, right? You buy like 1,000 shares of something that's like $1 per share. You're going to invest 1,000, but if it runs at $3 per share, you sell it at $3 per share.
That's right.
You made $2,000. So I was like, I made $2,000 overnight.
Wow.
He was like, hold on. Let me.
And I couldn't talk to
look into
nobody about it because I told a couple homies, and they was like, man, stop lying. Man, you gambling. Because around my way, it wasn't nobody really like trading or trying to invest. It wasn't people doing it like that.
So what did you do? You set up an account?
Yeah.
Okay.
So and that was in Robinhood.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wasn't like Robinhood was created in 2011, 2013?
It was yeah. It was the early late teens.
Yeah.
Should we Google it? You Google to find out right now.
I'm about to Google that thing right now.
And then one of them also that happened in Robinhood, and it also happened when I did it. See, I was just doing stuff, man, and
But
that was before I was
you was
testing
getting
out.
paid,
But it went bad too.
Oh, okay.
2015, 13. So that was like 14-ish.
Okay.
I did it in an E-Trade account too.
Okay.
Early, but it was 2 times. It was like 2010. Either way, I know it was 2 times where it went really good and it went really bad. And I learned both. I was like, okay, so this is how this goes bad.
So you just pretty much how you really got into it, you just started doing stuff.
It started doing, which is the worst thing to do.
Because it's the easiest way to lose
It's
your
the
money.
easiest way to lose your money.
Uh-huh.
Get education. And that's when I learned early, teach me this. I need to learn this before.
Right.
Don't put your real money into anything until you do your research and you understand what you're getting into. Or take money that you have and invest in the education first.
Right.
Don't take your money and invest into an asset until you understand what that asset is and the potential ROI, all your potential return on investment. If you don't know what that is, keep your money, hold it, take your money and invest it in learning. And I had a friend of mine who had already done great things, in the markets. He's older than me by 10 years, so he was trading back when you were a baby. He was trading around 9/11. And I don't know, he was in a few puts or something, a put option where you can bet the price of a stock is going to go down.
Right.
Can you imagine what the markets did that day?
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When those planes started hitting,
Oh
and
my
I'm
God,
16.
That 2008 era was crazy.
And that's another story. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine knowing this skill and being able to read economics and trends and data and charts? You can take money you're already sitting on and 10 times it just because you know economics. And that's the key word, economics. It runs everything. That's what runs the market.
So to start, okay, I say I got $1,000, and
I was getting ready to ask that
You ask
question.
that next
you
question?
got it.
I was getting ready to ask it. I was just waiting for him.
So before I actually try to go set up a trading account, I really need to invest my money
Yep.
in education.
Yep.
And so what would be the first thing I need to learn is economics? Should I study that, economics, to understand the market? After you made all your mistakes,
After I made
what did you
yes,
start studying?
economics.
Okay.
The fundamentals,
Okay.
So like the basics of like economics and
life, what moves because understand there's a hierarchy. People by the banks move the markets, the algorithms that they use, the computers. It's not humans doing it, it's computers. So, but they respond to the data that comes out each and every week. So I wish I learned that first.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't be sitting here because if you learn the source of why price action goes up and down, why things happen, it's just a response to our current way of life, like how we're living, the economy, like what's going on. And when you can, pretty much bank on or bet on the response that a market gives you based on, like right now we're fighting inflation.
Yep.
Food is high.
Food is
Extremely.
very
A
high.
chicken wing, $3 almost, $2 in some places. I had a friend that just went to Las Vegas, and she came back for a little piece of salmon. She said it was like $40.
Wow.
This small. Inflation is bad right now.
It is
Yeah, it's
bad.
bad.
It
For a couple of like 5 wings, she spent $25.
wow.
So in certain places of the world, or just our country,
It's
in
extremely
certain states,
high.
cost of living is different. Now, the stock market, it directly responds to that data. Is inflation getting worse? Yes, that's bad. If we have to fight inflation by raising interest rates, that means we're going to do what? Discourage spending.
Right.
Because the demand is too high and we overspend. Well, why do we overspend? Because we had a pandemic. And what happened during the pandemic?
They was pushing
Everything
bread.
was-
They was pushing bread into the market.
Pushing bread
Right.
into the market.
Jumpstart the economy.
Right.
They were taking needles, boom, and like steroids and pumping us up.
Yep.
They took the Social Security and went from $300 to $900.
Right.
They gave a stimulus check
Checks
after
and
stimulus
stimulus
check
check.
after stimulus
Still
check.
pushing them out too.
And guess what else they did? They slashed the interest rates to 0.
Yeah. A lot of people bought homes.
They
during
went
that
and
time.
if not they if they didn't go buy their homes, they went and refinanced the one they currently had. Brilliant move. Yeah, go ahead. But it caused more spending. But what did it cause? Inflation. So now we got to cool this off. So now what do we have to do? We got to go from slashing rates to hiking rates.
The hiking rates.
That discourages spending. And if that discourages spending, the cash positions on companies' statements deteriorate. Cash flow statements, income statements, balance sheets. Your liability starts showing higher than your assets. If that takes place, companies start suffering. Their cash positions start to shorten. If they start to shorten, they can't realize as much output as they have. If they can't realize as much output
they
as they
rise the
have,
price.
it's a ripple effect, and everything start now. We can't afford to buy wings to sell. So
what we do have, we have to raise the prices to make up the.
as though we were selling for 50 cents per unit, now we got to go to 150 per unit. Now we can't get a box of wings. We used to buy them for $8. Now they're like 16. So that affects the valuation of everything. Now the banks are saying, well, we can't afford to buy shares of company because we're trying to hold on because we're discouraging spending out here due to the fact that we're hiking up these rates to fight what happened because we were pumping us full of money anyway to encourage it. So it's all of that, all of that effect. And if I would have learned that
First.
yeah,
that's cool now.
Cool.
It's cool now.
Yeah, it was. I never knew a phone could.
You got a little. You might have some energy in you, man.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, someone on that phone got it. Got the frequency going.
You probably found something that I didn't know was going on. I might have to do a wipe something.
But I wanted to.
You the feds too. You came in here real slow. Watch you. You real sneaky. I see you over there. Keep my eye over there.
But like I was saying, like it is with economics. But do you think human psychology is implemented into like what the market really is? Do you think that implements into it or no? Just all economics, all numbers, all computers. All numbers.
It's all numbers. It's all data.
Okay.
It's all.
Okay.
Quantitative.
Okay.
Because every piece of information that's reported is quantitative, and a computer can't respond. Most computers I know calculate.
That's a fact.
And you can't produce a calculation off of words. They need to quantify a situation with a figure. So they take that data. And then they make a determination: are we going to buy or sell, based on how bad or how good this piece of data is?
Right.
Let me ask you this. Okay, I need to study economics.
Please.
So
don't touch.
Economics is powerful.
Feds, don't touch any investments. Don't touch any trading or anything. That's why in the courses I had to revamp the courses in the community, because when I cracked it, I was like, all this technical stuff is great, and the charts and everything, all that stuff is great, but the stuff that drives, like the technical analysis in a chart, it's just a tool.
Right.
It's almost like, how can I say this? It's almost like a car. Right? Like, we have a car and it can go and we use it, right? And let's say we want to go to a point A, but we keep driving to point C and D because we don't have any direction of what would make us go to point A. The tools and the indicators and all that stuff, it's just a tool.
Right.
It'll help you guide yourself to what you think where you think you should go. But at the end of the day, you have to understand what created that. Like what made
at the end of the day, what was the catalyst for it?
What was the catalyst for it? Why are these computers buying today?
Right.
Why do you think they've sold all? What is the reason why? You wake up and you watch the stock market and you see it's red. It's all red. But why is it bloody? Why?
Man, it's been days where I just start reading articles and looking at the market. One day it could be like on a 7-day winning streak, and then the next it could be like on a 6-day losing streak.
Yep.
And I'll be trying to figure it out. Like I'll be reading, and I feel like the information just consistently be changing. And sometimes I'll be getting so lost letting the information. Like it's not. I feel like it can't be a one-man job. When it comes down to trading, I feel like you have to have like a team, like that can really like look at each market, because something can happen in the housing market to crash the entire market, or then like the Feds can say on their 2 p.m. Meeting, FOMC meeting, they can say something that's extremely negative about the interest rates, and then they go have to hike it up, and then the market have to crash, and then the market all the way around just tanks.
Yeah.
Like today, it just went down 700 points. The Dow Jones and the S&P went down.
You saw
for
what
like
happened
the
later,
third
though?
day, huh?
You saw what happened later today?
Nah, what happened?
You see?
See?
Look.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Let me ask you this, because
While he's amazed, and I'm gonna tell him why that happened. Go ahead.
we was looking into trading, right? And it went back up.
Oh no!
What happened?
I think Jerome Powell said
There you go.
Smaller rate hikes.
So these computers respond to news and data. You see that the market did a whole 180 today. It sold off early, and then it popped and ran up. Now it's up.
Yeah, it's up now.
It's up.
Yeah.
It's up because
everything is green.
So I bought
that's
a call option day.
And you didn't call me?
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I was working.
Yeah, you should have called us.
You see what I mean? I'll show. Hopefully this phone and act stupid. Hold on.
And then I want to talk about the $1,000 question with beginners and things.
Yeah, I
had
that question because
But
where to put my money?
Yeah, where to put your money? But
I'm gonna mess you up with that.
Like when I was really like trading like a year ago, that's when I contacted you about options. I was like, yo, like I really want to get back into option trading, cause like I understood.
I like it though. It was exciting.
I understood that the economy is the market. I'm not gonna say that amount, but yeah,
that was in a couple of minutes.
And that was in a couple of minutes.
And you didn't call.
And that was an option trade.
That was a call option.
See, you was man, you gotta talk like
you gotta talk.
that was a call option. But I knew. See, anybody can buy or invest, buy a call option, buy a put option. We can all click, push. But why did you buy it?
Exactly.
Right.
What's the reason why you bought that at that time? You have to think like them. You have to think why. Powell got up there and started talking at 1:30. We had class on Monday night in the community, and I shared with everybody, let's wait till Wednesday. We got GDP that was this morning at 8:30. We had a positive piece of data, meaning we didn't regress. It didn't move. The market didn't move.
I hate
we
when
had
that happens.
consumer confidence Tuesday morning at 10. It was okay data. Did not move. Okay, so that means they're waiting on something. And where were they waiting on? How? They want to know, the banks, the institutions around the world, they want to know, how's inflation and how are you guys going to treat December? Every month at the FOMC, they've increased rates. They've announced another 75 basis points. They keep adding to the increase, right? Are you going to do the same for December? Because what happens historically every year? A Christmas rally. This market just runs up for.
Buying.
You can buy something for $200, and then in two to three weeks in December, you can sell it for $1,500. Seriously, like a call option, because that's how much the market just skyrocketed. They call it a Christmas rally. They want to know in December what's going to happen. So Powell got up there and said two key words. And the only thing that I heard was two key words. The two key words I heard in what he said were moderate. Where is it? Decelerate and moderating. They're saying that they're going to decelerate rate hikes, meaning they're going to slow them down. They're going to moderate, meaning they're going to calm it down a bit, not increase rates so much. Because again, we talked about earlier, if you increase interest rates, that discourages spending, that devaluates the market's going to come down, because it's not going to be a whole lot of folk that would normally. It's everything from us buying soap to companies that buy materials to build houses. They're going to do it less because the people that are going to buy the asset after you build it is going to be much less. because we don't want those high interest rates going into the mortgages.
Right.
Cars going to sell less because we go to the bank. Those interest rates going to be, everything will be affected. So the valuation is going to do what? Go down, and they're going to sell. But when he said decelerate and moderate, we're going to slow down. That means, let's buy. That means we're going to slow down. So you guys are going to slow down the rate hikes. So that means we can buy. Thus, boom, skyrocket. The banks came in, Wall Street. Those boys came in, the algorithms, the computers, everything. It's not people. It's not people. These algorithms that they write, they listen to the data, the economic data, and they listen to keywords and numbers, and they base quantitative and sometimes qualitative. Like, it's quantitative and it's qualitative too. They can hear words. And I believe when he said those keywords,
they heard it, and it
decent, slow down. Thank God, because y'all been every month this fall 0.75. 1 month it was 1 point. It was 100 basis points. I mean, and the market went like roaring down, bloody, because if you're going to keep raising rates, we can't afford to give loans. If we can't afford to give loans, we can't make money off of the interest rate. We can't get, it's a ripple effect. When they said slow down, then
where you see the market going right now? I mean,
I think they're setting up December for a run. I think because.
So are we in a good position? If I was in trading,
and you want to risk a small amount of money,
right? And I
want
like
$1,000.
It's probably be a good time.
Where would you? And I know that he's not giving me financial advice.
Wait. Let me say. This is not financial advice.
We're not financial advisors. We just love talking about finances.
Right. We're putting in that disclaimer.
If you were to want to, this would probably, that type of verbiage. Yeah, this isn't. I'm not saying do it.
Right.
But if you were looking. Yeah, that type of verbiage.
So,
or even like talk about like if you had $1,000, like what would your plan be? Like
right. If I had $1,000.
And you was just starting out.
We're not telling.
Look at the feds. You looking real? Oh no, man! I'm just kidding. She looking like. He trying to set this man up over there. He trying to set this man up.
Now let me ask you this before you answer it. Okay, I have $1,000. Okay, I know that there's Forex. You got options. You have your stocks. So I need to maximize my $1,000. I need to make some money in the next 3 months. So what would be the idea for this? Options or
penny stocks?
You want quick money,
long-term
or you
investments.
want long term?
I want quick money. I need to take me a trip in the summer.
Keep it 100. We need money.
I'm keeping it 100. We need money now.
So you need money right now.
Just not drug money. Just not drug money.
Oh no, ain't no drug money. No. And some spy calls. I would like some. Familiar with the spy?
I'm familiar with call, but not spy call.
The spy is the ETF.
Okay.
And it directly.
The spy.
The spy SPY.
Okay.
And it directly correlates with
S&P 500.
S&P 500. So as the S&P 500 goes up, the SPY goes up as well. But they created an ETF for long-term growth purposes, dividends. You can invest in ETFs and get paid to hold them for years while you hold them. But you want that vacation money for June.
Yes.
Boy. I would say watch this month of December. I'd say watch how the market today responded to Powell. How it responded to the certain words he used, the key phrases that he used, the things that he said. the moderate, this,
Right.
desensitize, slow down rate hikes, you could get it's possible, could get a good 3 to 5 week run of
Oh, that's great.
bullishness. So $1,000 of something could turn into 3, 4, 5 grand.
I was watching this
It's
little
possible.
Yeah, I was watching this little boy on YouTube.
Mhm.
I think he was 13, something like that.
Mhm.
But anyway, um he bought some options.
He bought you want me to tell the story? Because
Yeah.
I
What'd
remember,
he
I
do?
know the story. So
What'd
he
he
bought
do?
he bought options in Tesla before Tesla became like the big like
Right.
during that time, like I think early 2019 beginning into 2020, he bought options in Tesla and it started ramping up. That's when they went on that
And he
run.
held it.
Yeah, all the
He
way.
he did it.
Why you rubbing your hand like that?
He bought this.
Because he made a lot of money.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
He made about.
Yes, he
I think
did.
he put $13,000 in. He made.
No, he didn't put 13. He put $3,000.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he put
$3,000, and he
He
made
put
80 grand. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
He made a
possible.
lot.
Yeah,
of
he
money.
put it. I think he put it in like September, October,
Yeah.
and in January. Wow.
I've seen some crazy things in this market.
Yeah.
Make you smile.
What's some of the craziest stuff that you've seen? Let's talk about it.
Made a few millionaires in the community.
Mm.
Got some people that walked away from their jobs.
Wow.
A person made 90 grand overnight
Wow.
by putting in, I think they bought a lot of put options in the amount of 5 or 6 grand. And the market became so volatile when they woke up the next morning. It had fallen so much overnight. It was just common sense because we knew that the market had ran up too much because of COVID. It was a slingshot effect. That Christmas rally last year this time was just bananas. And we knew that the market had run up a lot basically because of the fact that everything had rebounded from COVID. And it's just like a slingshot effect. If you take a slingshot and you pull it back, you pull it back and you let it go, it'll go out and then come down. But if you take that slingshot and go all the way back like that and pull that rubber band back as far as you can, it's going to skyrocket straight into the air.
Right.
And it's going to go higher and farther, higher, longer. But eventually,
it's going to
come back down. And that's what happened. When COVID came, this market pulled back
a lot
aggressively. The world was on sale. You could have bought any stock and made money in March 2020. And then by October 2020, you would have been in profit, a big profit. But from March 2020 to holidays 2021, it was just a continuation. Continuation. And then it just went on a crazy rally in 2021. And then everything, the start of 2022, just pulled all the way back. It's like everything lost steam because the market knew what it was going to have to face. It was going to have to face inflation. It was going to have to face the fact that, hey, we pumped this market full of money to keep it afloat, but it's just like a credit card. Perfect example, man. You can swipe that credit card all you like and get anything and everything that you need. That bill gonna come.
Yes, it is.
It sure is.
You got to pay that bill. I don't care how. Yeah, we got everything we need. We good, y'all. Yeah, you good right now. But you have to pay that credit bill with interest.
That's right.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So, with that being said,
what's your favorite market? Forex, option?
My favorite indice?
Yeah.
Forex, it's all the same. Let me go ahead and say that. That's the biggest misconception. People say Forex and they run to that's a pyramid scheme. Forex is not a pyramid scheme. Forex is real.
It is.
There are companies that use Forex within a business model that they built to build a network, and they pay incentives of you talking to people and growing a network. That's not trading. The foreign exchange market, which holds indices, the E-mini futures, but the indices, the indexes, the three main, the Dow Jones,
Mm-hmm.
the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. I like the S&P 500 because if you learn the S&P 500,
it is the market.
it's 500 companies.
Right.
That's 500 different stocks. Yep. And on top of that, there's a top 5 or 6 that are most heavily weighted. And guess what they are? They're Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft.
Yep.
They're the most heavily weighted. So what's cool about that is
Google.
And Google. So if you learn the price action of that index, then you can pretty much learn the price action of those companies. And you'll know when to, just kind of going back, you'll know when to buy something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, some people wake up and say, I'm going to buy an Apple put today. Why?
Yeah,
I don't
what's
know.
The reason for it?
Me, I'm buying a Apple put because the S&P it's probably tanking today. There's some points it could pull back. And because Apple is one of the most heavily weighted companies in that index, it's going to go down with it. So here you are trading in MetaTrader to the downside. You're buying puts in SPY and Apple and SPX. You're riding all this to the downside. That's multiple areas of money that you're making because you understand price action. So my favorite is S&P 500. That's my favorite. The SPX 500.
So as a beginner in the field, let's say they don't have no type of trading activity at all, no history of it, no knowledge of it. You already started talking about the steps that you should go into learning the market and actually starting to create your account and actually learn this information, start trading. But as a beginner, what is one of the first indices that I should jump into? Because when I jumped in, I jumped into like the long form, and then after a while I was like, okay, this long form is going to take like 5, 10, 20 years in order for me to get a full return on my investment. And then I started doing option trading, and as I was looking up, researching and understanding option trading, they said it was like one of the riskiest indices to jump into. So as a beginner, which one should I like jump into and really learn and then start trading in and then expand?
As a suggestion.
Yeah, as a suggestion. Yeah. Not financial advice.
Am I good? I'm good. I check with my agent over there. I'd say first learn, and you know, I'm going back to that word again, learn. I would learn what an option is.
Okay.
I like options, but there's a lot of in and outs to those instruments. You know, you got a lot of, you know, you got the Greeks, you know, you got the options Greeks. Yeah, you got. You know, you got the delta, the gamma, the vega, the theta. I'm sorry, the theta, the delta, the gamma, the theta, the vega, and the rho. You got the delta telling you how much money you'll make in this option for every time the price of this stock goes up a point or down a point. You have a gamma that multiplies on top of that data for every second point it goes up after that first point. Your theta tells you how much that option will deteriorate each time you hold it overnight, which brings in the importance of expiration dates, how long you should buy something out, how much money you should spend on an option, considering how long you think this move will take to get from point A to point. So once you learn that stuff as a beginner, options is cool. MetaTrader, trading the futures and the indices, that's a monster.
That's what we was doing. We was doing options.
Yeah.
And we really started studying.
Before we even invested any money, we first of all we had to get rid of the stigma of us being ignorant in the field, like just throwing your money in and just losing it all in like one day. Like we ain't gonna do that. Like,
you know, that's a bad feeling.
We're not doing that. And it's a terrible feeling when you look at your option, your portfolio, and it's all red, and you look down, you lost about 50%, 75%, even like 90% of your money. Like it's a terrible feeling. And then you have people who will be like, man, I ain't doing this no more.
And they only say that because they don't know everything.
Exactly.
That's why
ignorant in the field.
If you learn economics, you know why you lost that 50%.
Exactly.
You know why that option went down in value 50%. You know exactly what to do if it goes down 50%, and you got that, and you know what data came out, and you know how the market may respond to it. You know, I'll just average down. I'll just buy like another one, like half off, because I'm so confident about price action. See, price action. That word price action is key, because if you learn price action, you trade confidently, and you understand what you're trading. You can afford. And you're not, and psychology, trading psychology is so, if it's not here yet, don't trade. If you haven't unlocked this, it's not for you. There's another method you can take advantage of the market that's less risky, less aggressive, and it'll pay you. And that's a whole other conversation. It's called dividends. Like you can make money while holding shares of a company stock. So you don't have to be like trading is for aggressive people who master emotions.
Right.
Because it's aggressive, right? Even swing trading. I believe in a week from now, this price will go from here to here, I believe. So I'm going to buy this. See, and you have to sit here and go through 3 or 4 days, and you may watch that thing go down 60%. Right. It may go down 80%. You don't know. And guess what? The people that aren't emotionally prepared to watch that type of movement, they'll sell it. Okay, I'm out. And there's nothing worse than the next morning you sold that bad boy, and all you had to be was patient, and price action spiked. The future spiked because what? Some economic data came out at 8:30 the next darn morning. And if you don't understand the economic calendar, you won't even feel confident enough to stay. See, all that stuff comes when you learn all that stuff. I'll watch. I've been down on something for a month, and sat there and was like, okay.
We're back. We're back. We just had to reset everything. Took a little break right quick. Just started conversating, but I do want to, like, should I put out the question about like the change of like the face. I feel like there is a change in the market.
It's more
that's happening. Right now.
I think it's a fact. It's more African Americans that
a lot
are looking at it, and that's a good
we are in the game. Like we have come in roaring trying to learn this thing because we see how much we weren't taught.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing. We just, you start to realize what you didn't learn, and just COVID, we sat at home and had nothing but time, and we sat around, we talked, and we would call our homies, hey, what about, and now you watching CNBC Squawk, and you watching CNN Money, and now you starting to say, what's this about? And these shows been on decades, and we didn't know what it meant. I used to ask, God rest her soul, I used to ask my mom, I used to be like, yo, Mom, I was like a kid, maybe 8 years old. And then, each time you watch the news, they will have 3 numbers at the bottom of the screen.
Right.
On NBC, Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. And these numbers are going.
That's right.
The whole time they're talking about world events. And I was like, Mom, what is that? And she was like, I don't know what that is. But I'm sure you're going to be able to tell me one day. It's just going. And as a kid, you see numbers and lights. So you like what is all that going on? And she couldn't tell me. Nobody could tell me. I even went to school and asked my teachers.
And they still couldn't tell
me. They was like, I don't know.
Wow.
I went and asked my math teacher. Couldn't tell me.
Because he wasn't educated.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and no fault to us and our people. We just weren't taught, or we just didn't know. And I got to be real honest here. A lot of us that did know chose not to share.
That's true.
They didn't want to share.
But why is that? Like, why
I don't know.
Why we don't be sharing?
We get something big, and we just don't want to share.
Are we so selfish?
We keep it. I've seen people. How you driving what's that? What's the long BMW? Was it like a 750?
Yeah, like a 7.
I'll never forget this guy. Yeah, like the sedan one, like the one I can fit in, like the big one. And I'm like, yo, how you driving that? You don't work. You know what I mean? Hey, I get it in.
You know what I'm saying?
Not sharing the
What does that mean? You
information.
get it in? What does that mean? Like, I want to get it in too. Like, how you do that?
Be like God's servant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How you do that? Like, how you? Can I get on? Are you selling drugs? No, I'm not selling drugs. Okay, well, if you're not selling drugs, I mean it's legal. So can I get down?
Yeah, share something.
Share something.
like,
Give me something.
Nah, man, you just wouldn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like
That- you wouldn't get it. You just
wouldn't
wouldn't.
get it.
You wouldn't get it. It's the same thing the guy did to me when I was in school. You don't need. It's too complicated for you. And I'm like, what you mean? It's too complicated for me? Just tell me what it is, so I can go out here and try it.
Exactly.
And I mean, won't share it.
He was telling me, and when we took the little break, that he's in different countries. I thought that was phenomenal.
Yeah, we're like 7 different countries now.
Oh wow.
Teaching.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
like
awesome.
all my webinars and stuff are. Yeah, I mean, you're like in 7
Worldwide.
different countries. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's quietly kept. I don't broadcast it. I'm
Yeah.
just
wanna,
working.
I kind of want to ask a question like, how do you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you able to like broadcast your stuff?
It's
like,
fun,
all
man.
over?
It's fun.
It is,
It's
right?
Yeah, because
It's
I want to.
fun.
Yeah.
It's not work at all.
Mm.
It's just fun.
Mm.
It's fun every day.
You know, it's
Gotcha.
finding that passion, that thing that
It's
you
that passion.
love. Yeah.
I love seeing people make money. That's when I found
glad.
out. I was like, that's because I struggled so long in life trying to figure out what my calling was. Like I played basketball and I knew that was over with. You know, I did everything I could. I was in accounting and finance, working. I liked it. It paid the bills, but I didn't love it. Like I was so for like a year or a few years, I was like, God, what is it? Help me, man, because I'm frustrated. And at this point, I'm like 29 years old, 20. I'm like, man, why am I here? This was before I got my
How long you been trading?
at least 8-9 years.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Wait.
I'm 38.
That's
so
my
that was
point.
like
That's my
28,
point. Wait a
29.
minute.
Yeah.
I got to ask this question. A little birdie told us that your group
Yeah, let's get
made
into that.
millions.
Yeah. We broke 10 million last month.
Wow.
And I didn't tell a soul. I put something on social media and just say, yo, we had
you
10
be
million.
moving like a G, man.
I don't say nothing.
Now I want to be part of this.
And as of
10 million.
2022, we made 5 people that either walked away and made a few mil, or they left their full. I don't count making millions as you winning only.
Right.
If you leave a job that you didn't want to be on because you learned this skill, you won.
Right.
That's
I don't
right.
have to go to work. Like what I do every day takes care of my livelihood. I tell people right now, if you learn this skill and it pays your mortgage,
Right.
think about it. You get up and go to work every day because you got to keep the lights on and your bills paid and food in the fridge and all that stuff. If you wake up and that stuff is taken care of and you didn't have to leave the house, you won.
It's the freedom.
$10 million.
Yeah. Over like 160 people.
That's
We
that's
swell
awesome.
to 450
That's awesome.
people, but you have, attrition, people leave. But one thing I can say about me is no one ever left. They never left because they were upset or they didn't win. The only reasons I have seen, and I've done, I'm in education, so I've done a lot of data and charts on my retention rates as well. And the main reason was I got to go get more money and come back later.
Right, so they could put more.
Because either one or two things happened. They weren't wanting to learn, or they wanted to learn and just didn't put in the time.
Right.
Because it takes time. You got to come to class.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, you got to come to class. If you come to class, you're going to learn.
Right.
Because I teach each and every week. And I do live trading sessions too.
Right.
So why, like the reason why this isn't going your way, why this is going your way, that.
Right.
And for people, I say, you pay a little small money to me, and once you get it, leave.
But that's just
don't
amazing.
pay. You're right. Don't pay me anymore. I'm happy. Cancel
Right.
that subscription and go. Congratulations. I've had people do it all the time. Doc, I'm done. Good for you.
I did want to go into because
Yeah,
I remember.
Thank
it's
you, Doc.
changing lives.
Yeah.
I remember you told me a story about a student who you taught, and he looked at it. He was like, "Yo, I want to do this," and you taught him, and then he started making money. He actually
was a
left
student.
school. Yeah,
I can't, man. I was
Yeah.
at Voorhees.
Yeah.
I was teaching a class called Financial Options and Futures. And I was teaching. And in college, you know, kids, they don't want to pay. You know, they just in class just to be in class. I don't want to be here. This dude paid attention. He actually listened. So he did what I did. He got a refund check from school. Went and bought a penny stock. At the time, the COVID penny stocks were starting to run. And see, this is the weird thing about the market. And this is kind of a straddle in the conspiracy theory type stuff. COVID stocks were running before COVID came.
See.
COVID stocks were running before COVID came.
Wow.
How? If it was an unforeseen variable, because in finance, that's what pandemics are. They're known as unforeseen variables. It's a variable that took place that we didn't know was coming. So I looked at a stock in 2018, and it was just getting all this volume. 2018.
See.
That was 2 years. That was a year and a half, almost 2 years before COVID happened.
Everything down.
He bought one of those. It started off like $1 per share, and then it just exploded. And he was an idiot for one. I told him, I said, "Don't you ever do that again." But congratulations, don't you ever do that again. He took his refund check was like $3,000. He spent like $2,500. He bought like 2,500 shares. I said, "Boy, you crazy?" But see, 19-year-olds, they ain't got nothing. They ain't no kids, ain't no bills. He in a dorm. Like, he don't care nothing about nothing like that.
Exactly.
I'll never forget, I'm in my office. He kicking down my door. Boom, 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 boom. I'm on the phone. I open the door. Whop, like, so fast, air comes. I'm like, "What do you want?" What? I'm on the phone. I said, "Come in, sit down. What's wrong with you?" I'm thinking something wrong, something. First of all, my thought. Who's shooting? Somebody shooting? My first thought, hey, look. Which way they shoot, man? Is it in my car? Because I'm leaving. You ride with me? Because I know one thing. I'm getting off this campus today. If somebody's shooting, where they at? Where they shooting at? Are they in this building? Don't come to my office, all that heavy breathing. You don't tell me what's wrong. I was mad for real, but it's funny. It's funny now. I'm like, "Oh, hey." So I said, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "I made $7,000.
Wow. All right.
And I don't know what to do with it." This stuff is real?
Wow.
I said, "What did you do?" Man, I took $2,500 and bought a stock, and it just exploded. And I woke up, and my Robinhood account said it was like green 7,100. And I was looking like I thought it was broken. He called customer service.
But to make sure they
Making sure, he was like, "Is this my money?" And I looked at the stock, and I pulled up a chart. I said, "Whoo, that's your money. Sell it." He said, "How?" Same thing.
Same question, right?
I said, "Give me your phone." I took his phone, sold it. He made $7,200.
Wow. Amazing.
He's 19. The next semester, he didn't come back to school.
He just kept going.
He left.
After that,
his mom called me and
he
said,
was on the run after
"Dr.
that.
Ross, can I talk to you, please?" I said, "Yes." "My son, what is he doing? Is he selling drugs?" I said, "No." And I'm laughing. She said, "What's fun? Oh my God, you're laughing." I'm like, "No, listen, I'm laughing because your son paid attention in my class." And I said, "He's making money from the stock market." 2 years later, he would come back. No, that was 2017. Yep, that was 2017. 2019 was was kind of one of our last homecomings before COVID, and it was no homecomings like 2 years. He pulls up 7:45.
That boy was pulling up in the big boy.
Haircut,
clean,
waves, had on a big boy watch, a V-neck like I got on.
Rolly.
And I'm like, now at 19, pants sagging, hair, all over the place. I love hair. I don't have none, but I love hair. But I tell the guys, like, keep it neat. You know what I'm saying? Keep the tape, keep it like he was would never get a shape up. I mean, just out here living like a savage. But was a good kid. Came back, tapped me on my shoulder. Hey, Doc, what's up?
Who are you?
I said, what's up? At the time, at the Alpha Plot, I'm out there, at homecoming, throwing up, drinking out. What's up, man? And I look, I said,
yeah.
That second look came in.
He was like, what's up? And I was like, yeah, man. I think we hollered for like 10 minutes. I'm hugging him. I said, where you been? I said, is that your car? He was like, yeah. His mom was like, he came home and paid her mortgage for like 4 months out. And so that, of course, she happy, but she don't know how he doing it, and
she don't understand.
She doesn't understand because she doesn't understand. I said, your son picked up a skill, and I made him go back to school. I said, listen, I'll go back to school. He was like, but Doc, I don't want to. He's like, but I got like $180,000 in my checking account. And my apartment's only $600 a month. So Doc, I don't really want to, And then I just made $800 a day in like 10 minutes. I said, listen to me. This is all well and good, but now you need to learn what to do with that money once you make it. After you learn the skill to make the money, now what do I do with it? Right? So now you want to create generational wealth.
Right.
Now you want to invest in stocks that pay dividends. Right. You want to take your money and have it work for you.
Long-term investment, so you can hold on.
You can hold on to it. You can wake up quarterly, and your money is paying your bills.
Yeah.
Then take that money, find a skill that you have that's equivalent with a demand, and start a business. You start another stream of income. So now you got one stream with trading, you got one stream with dividends that's passive, meaning it's coming to you rather you do anything or not. Now you got the business cash is coming in. That's another. Now let's take some more money and start another business. Now you got 4 or 5 streams of income. And then within your business, this is a step further. This is another conversation. Now you're creating another business, but you're duplicating your efforts through others. So you're teaching other people how to do what you do to serve other people in different places. Now you're franchising. Yeah. So when you start to grow like that, that's how they become billionaires. And that's the formula that we were not taught in school.
Right.
We weren't taught that. How to first get to the money, how to make it passive, and then how to meet a skill with a demand and then supply it, and then how to duplicate it, and then how to franchise it.
Do you think it's necessary for little kids to be taught?
Absolutely.
Especially in the household, because mom has taught, she's teaching me, and my father's also teaching me like the concept of becoming a billionaire through different income streams and then passive income, and then teaching other people how to get to that status. And then that's where the connections and the actual give or take audience comes in and starts supporting you. Yeah. But do you think that little kids should be taught this at a very young age? I'm talking about at like 5 years old.
Absolutely.
And just consistently going down. Do you also think so?
Yeah, I think so, because the younger you are, your mind, you can grasp things quickly. It's not so much on your mind. A person that's in high school and middle school, and they really don't have well, I'm not going to say all, but most
Mm-hmm.
don't have the responsibility of worrying about the bills.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So the less you have to be concerned about, the more you're able to grasp and spend time, because Dr. Ross said something that's really, really, really key. You could desire to do something. You could desire to want to trade, to learn, to do. But with that, it comes time.
It comes time.
And are you willing to sacrifice? You know, can
Right.
you put in the time? Can you put in the time? I love the fact he got a community, you know, and you could tell us about your community.
Okay. My son
That-
has a game, so I gotta go in a little bit.
Okay.
Got you.
that made 10 million. Okay.
Mhm.
The time they did it, but they had to study, they had to apply,
learn.
they had to cut out time and put that time in there. Say we gonna make some money, and I know I can't be on my phone for 4 hours.
Yep, and you don't have to be at all.
You see, or I don't have to sit and do this, but I do have to spend time to, because you had a course that he had gotten, and I looked at the course, and it was real easy. It wasn't complicated,
Right.
and that's what made me kept trying to keep up with you, because I said this is not complicated, but it's nice enough. It's informative enough to give you a good start.
Right.
You see, so I heard you say you revamped it because I want to learn economics. Because if that's the key,
That's the key.
we're gonna have to bring you back.
Yeah.
We
I'll
have
come
to
back.
bring
We
you back.
definitely
'cause
gonna bring you back.
Yeah, we
It's-
got to
it's-
bring you back.
It's a much deeper conversation too.
Yeah.
It's very deep, and you know, it's a big rabbit hole. But once you go down that rabbit hole, you start to look at life different. You start getting aggravated at work,
I'm already feeling that right now.
you know, because you start saying this paycheck that I come to work for. What changed my life was making what I would have to do for 2 weeks, doing that in 20 minutes.
Right. Wow.
That's
something to make you think
That's
about.
what messed me up.
You're
That's
putting
different.
all those hours
Right.
in,
That's
and you
why
could
I
do it in
said
15,
I ain't doing nothing
20
but teaching.
minutes.
I'll be a professor until I'm even more gray.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in my 50s and 60s, I'll teach until I die because I love it. And that's not a
beautiful.
job. I'm not
That's
not
great.
going back to corporate America, only unless something I built is corporate,
Right.
because that's my baby. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I once I really learn this, I'm not going back to that life anymore. I don't want to, because having to sit somewhere for 9 hours a day for 2 weeks in a row for 80 to 90 hours and making $1,600, some people net after gross $2,100, FICA, taxes, benefits, all that stuff comes out, and you taking a little bit home, and you were somewhere for 2 weeks, 5 days a week, 8-9 hours a day. And let's not talk about some of the jobs where you got to stay over
Right.
and you work
And
in
you don't
10,
even get
12
paid.
hours, and you don't even get paid because you're in a
Managing
salaried role,
the-
or you're a
Right.
manager, or you're in a
Yeah.
salaried role,
Right.
where you get this, you can work 12 hours if you like. There is no overtime,
Time.
some jobs. When I started seeing those checks from trading and investing, and I was like, we were taught wrong.
Mm.
And it'll make you mad for a while, especially people you see benefiting from it that didn't tell you, and they watched you go through all this stuff, and they call you friend. You're not my friend, because you knew something and you didn't
And
get, and
you
you didn't
wasn't willing to
willing to
share.
share it with me.
Right. And if you was a true friend, you would have told me, you would have taught me, and then you would have helped my family. And then
Absolutely.
Other people, you would
Absolutely. I tell my students and
Right.
friends all the time, if you don't like trading, do this. You know, you work a job. This is the least aggressive way you can make money right now, especially passively. You can look at companies that pay great dividend yields. A dividend yield is what a company will pay you for holding a share of their stock that's in the form of a dividend. They pay that to shareholders. You can, every paycheck, the thing is, put it into your business or no, your company IRA or your retirement. Man, these IRAs are built for the banks. The banks take your money that you put into their system and they lend it to other people. And you'll be the same person to go to that same bank and ask for a loan and can't get a loan.
Exactly.
So why should I put my money somewhere where I can't get it out when I choose to, right? I want to create something where it's passive for me. So I take that same money I make every check and I'll take a percentage of it, dump it into an account, and have a portfolio of companies that's paying me dividends. You can do that every 2 weeks. Think about you do that for 5 years straight. How old are you?
21.
You're 21. Let's say you take $50 every 2 weeks and buy shares of two or three companies that pay a great dividend yield, and you do that. You may spend like $50 to like $100. Let's say, man, you're 21. Let's be more aggressive. Maybe every 2 weeks. That's like $250 to $300 a month. You do that for 5 years straight. You'll be 26, 27 with a dividend payout that can take care of you. Because it's a slow grind.
Okay.
But think about what we do on what I'm doing and what we had to do on jobs. The retirement fund, pension and all that mess, right? Social security that's not going to be here, that's going away. That stuff is not built for us to win. We have to take our money and put it in a system that's going to pay us long after we're gone. These companies aren't going. These companies have been around 40, 50, 60, 70 years.
They ain't going nowhere.
And they ain't going nowhere no time soon. They're adjusting to the demand of the people that consistently buy their stuff each and every day. I know these people see me on this live. They're calling me. So they see this each and every day.
Right.
So you can invest into those companies slowly. Slowly. And let's say by the time that's in 9 years, let's say you did this for 9 years and you 30. And you making every 3 months $6 to $8 grand passively.
Which you can invest in something else.
In something else. Or let's just say you got hurt. God forbid, you got hurt, got sick. Or you just said, forget life. I just want to chill and travel. You got something paying your livelihood day in and day out. And guess what? You can take money that you make, reinvest it, buy more shares, increase the dividend payout. They just it's called compound.
Right,
compounding. You're compounding your passive income.
Right.
That's a whole conversation. I'll be here till midnight talking about this stuff,
that.
man.
We have to have you come back.
It's very deep.
Oh yeah, we definitely.
We definitely got to have you come back. We know you got to go.
Yeah,
but
I gotta go. I gotta watch this boy play.
That's great though. That's good. It's better watching him play free.
Yeah. I told him, I said, you're going to be charging people to come see you play one day.
No, that's not the free. I'm talking about, there's some people can't see their kids play.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man,
absolutely.
any day I could go.
I watch you play all day.
That's right.
All day.
That's right.
Any of my boys, yeah.
But I want you to plug in your community.
The Gaines community, we are a group of people that come to class. We learn, we socialize, we trade together, we invest together. It's on the Slack app. If you on my Instagram, there's a direct link right up under my name. You can tap that. You can sign up right there. You'll immediately.
What's your Instagram?
Yeah.
James Ross Investing.
Okay.
James Ross Investing.
Okay.
And you can tap on that link, sign up. Right now, I still have a Black Friday special, like $49.
Okay.
Just sign up. And then you'll get an email with a link, a welcome email. You come right into the community. You get added to all the rooms. And then you get one-on-one tutoring from me to show you what we do. So, because some people, you got a handhold. And that's important. You know what I mean? So, you get the hand holding, you get the, what I call the glorious small HBCU educational experience, which I love. You know how sometimes you got those classrooms only 8 people, it'll be the best learning experiences.
It does.
'Cause
Yeah,
you can touch, you can talk to everybody, and everybody can. It's not a classroom of like 100 people, which that's cool too. But it's nothing like that personal group. And right now, that's what we are. Right now, it's the opportunity, because I don't know what'll happen in the next 2, 3, 5 years. But right now, I still have that feel, that personal. I think we have circulating consistently, maybe like 100-something people, like 130 people. But it being virtual, that's not. It's still, you still get that closeness feel. So, and we have class each and every week, either Sunday or Monday. Kind of watch the market and see how it goes. And then we'll do live trading on Thursday or Friday, where we're actually on a Zoom call. I got so much footage of people hollering and screaming, winning, that I haven't shown anybody, because it's because I want people to want to learn. You can sensationalize people to I don't want to do that. I want you to do this because you want something different.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
really want something, not just because you want a quick buck. It's not about a quick buck.
Exactly.
It can change your life. It can put you at, and I'm not talking about making thousands or millions of dollars. If they made $500 per week extra, their life would change.
That's a fact.
Drastically.
That's a fact.
From $500 a week.
That's a fact.
Because at the end of the month, that's an extra $2,500 you made.
That's a fact.
That you didn't even work for. You just study something.
Well, we definitely got to have you come back.
For sure.
I'll be back.
E7.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely gonna tap in for sure.
Yes.
It'd be like a series, right?
Yes.
I'm down.
But you did wonderful. I appreciate the information.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. It was
and
a
your
real
energy,
pleasure.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
Y'all watch the feds though. Y'all watch the feds. She came out there. I was like, "What's going on?" It's part of the show. I was like,
she helped us with the camera and everything. The editing and everything.
But
So
I'm just go ahead and close out. I just want to say again, like we really do appreciate you. Appreciate your time. We definitely. And I really enjoyed this conversation as well, and I can't wait for the future to come, man, where we can actually start bringing on other individuals, and we can really have like a panel, like a little sit down. We can really talk
y'all going
deep
there
on
for sure.
finance.
You're going there for sure. This vibe is nice. So you're going there.
The next time you do that trade, you got my number.
You gotta let us know.
Wait a minute. I'll even. This is just for an idea, y'all. But, I'll make sure you get my funds,
I got you.
Yeah, because it's great. It's great. I love what you're doing. I love it. And I'll support you.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yes.
For sure. But I appreciate everybody who's been listening, watching, tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Also hit that notification bell, that ding ding squad, you know what I'm saying? Definitely hit the notification bell, because we're going to have new episodes coming out every single week. You already know consistency is key, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for listening, tuning in, and catch y'all in the next video. I'll see y'all later.